friends, a warm welcome to the Czech Republic. Now, if you're thinking of the Czech Rep, you might think of Prague first, if you've ever been here. And to be honest, I've also only been to Prague so far. You know, I've been partying and having fun with all of my friends, but you know, you can't judge a book by its cover, so I started to wonder what the rest of this beautiful country looks like. And so I decided to come here to Karlovy Vary. I have no idea what's going to await us, so I would say, let me finish that coffee and we get on going. Really lovely buildings all around here. It is once again this Art Nouveau kind of style. I learned that. And seemingly every building around here somehow has this style. This town, as many others here around, has a German name as well. And this one has the translation Karlsbad. We have Karl, right? Karl IV, who was the emperor here at some point. And we have Bad, which could be understood as bathroom, could also be understood as like a swimming pool. And that is because they have many natural springs all around here. So this whole region is basically this Karlsbad region, the Karlovy Vary region. And this city is what gives it its name. Well, yeah, as you see, I can show you a whole lot of nice views here around the city with all of those Art Nouveau houses that I just showed you. However, like in the inner city here, there's not much else going on, honestly. Like you won't see big monuments here. The actual fun part is a little bit outside of the city center where all of the springs are. So maybe we just rather go there, huh? So we were walking a little bit further to this building that stands out because it looks very much different than all of the others. In this direction, we have one of those baths for the healing water, the healing springs. We have a little bit of an Easter market here. Green beer, for whatever reason, and a whole lot of other stuff. Mostly food, of course, as with all of those markets. Quite a big building, actually. Let's see if we find when this thing was built. Sadly, it doesn't say anywhere. And apparently it's still a swimming pool. You know what? We're just going to put it here, the year, as always, and move on, I guess. And then you come out of here and have a view on this. God damn it. Okay, you come out of there and you have a view on this beautiful park. Crossing the river, we have, who would have thought, more Art Nouveau buildings right here, while we were already coming from a whole lot of Art Nouveau buildings. And then there's this. Who doesn't enjoy a little bit of brutalism between all of the Art Nouveau things? There you go, look at this thing. You really have a very nice view from there, probably. It's another one of those wellness resorts. Sounds like you're gonna have a good time here at every season. This concrete block is still very much in contrast to all of the stuff happening here. Just a whole lot of hotels everywhere you look. It's beautiful though, really. Everything just looks so clean around here, you know? I'm still walking in the same shoes as yesterday and same pants and stuff. And you know, I've been on a little bit of an adventure, so I don't know, some parts of my pants and things they're already dirty, and I'm walking here in this very clean looking city. I feel a little bit odd. And right now we're walking here along the river, up the river basically, into this direction, where we have a little hill and even more buildings on that hill. buildings just go on and on like this. It's amazing. with the exception of this one concrete block, all of those buildings look like that. You know, it's something we don't do anymore. These days we have maybe more houses in total, but we have more functional ones, straight to the point without any weird stuff that you don't need. However, it gives character, you know? This whole city has a character that is very unique to it. Slowly but surely, we also see what's at the end of those streets, as we're approaching a big church and this right here, some other hot spring. At least you see some steam. We'll find out what that is in a second. Let's first take a look at this beauty right here. The city still doesn't seem to stop after this. It's still more. Anyway, we're not going before we check out this weird steaming thing over there. There's a fountain in there and it goes all the way up there and maybe even reaches the top. I don't know. No idea if you gotta pay entrance for that. So I was just, you know, randomly filming this from outside. But let's see if we can get in there and get a little bit of a better look. Now look at that place. Wow. Okay. Statue in the middle. A little cafe. And over here, seemingly accessible just like that, we have the fountain. It's very warm in here. I wouldn't have expected that, even though it of course makes sense for a thermal fountain. What a spectacle, huh? Probably already beneficial for my health, you know? It probably has a lot of minerals that burst out of the ground here with the water and are let out into the air. There you go. There you see all of the different baths that they have and when they were built. There's a history that dates a very long way back to 1893. Wow. I mean, it is also warm outside, but the temperature change from in there going out here is already quite noticeable. Let's see what else we have here. Another spring, kind of, 72 degrees. Wow, yep, that was quite hot. Do not touch that. After all, people have some cups, apparently, that you can pick up somewhere, and they take them to, I guess, drink the water from here. Anyway, let's exit on this side, because it just keeps on going. It keeps on going, and we still have a whole lot of Art Nouveau buildings, and it simply does not stop. I feel like we somehow slowly have to make it back. I also don't think that my camera is still having that much battery, so gotta hurry up here. More and more hotels. Well, you know, once again, compared to those buildings right here, this oh wow, look at that. There's a whole lot of steam coming out here. But yeah, as I wanted to say, like, this building also very much looks different from everything around here. So this is also quite standing out. And that is probably also the only reason why we found this and decided to go into it. Look at that. There's a whole lot of steam coming out of there. And it keeps on going. You know, they have building like this here and they just put regular stores in there. It's so normal for them. That's crazy. Look at all of those buildings. Look at all those details. I swear, it's like an addiction. You know, I always say, after this building, I stop. After this building, I stop. And here I am, walking even further because I found another building that is quite popular and that you might like. Right here, this street closes, or at least makes a turn where we really won't go anymore. With this Grand Hotel. Pop, poop, who knows? If you haven't seen it, I also haven't seen it either, but apparently this one was used in James Bond's Casino Royale as a original scene right here out in the Czech Rep. Isn't that crazy? No, no way. Okay, you know, it does have the name Grand Hotel, but I didn't expect it to be that grand, honestly, but it still continues in this direction. All of that. Not saying that the other side isn't impressive, but you know, view after view, but still, I would say we've seen enough and we go back and head to the next city before it's too late. See you there. We are around 14 kilometers or 15 car minutes away from Karlovy Vary in a little town called Loket. And god damn it, but look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but it's very cute from the outside already. You gotta be sure to arrive here a little bit earlier though, because let me tell you, it's crowded, at least when it comes to parking. Seemingly everything is already filled up. So I got lucky. I got one spot at a park-in where you pay per hour. I'm now here for 3 hours or something like that, and it cost me about 90 crowns, which is, if I'm not mistaken, something between 3 and 4 euros. And now we're here at Loket. Already, when you're walking along this bridge that leads to the city, you can see the massive castle of Loket, the Hrad Loket. Oh wow, look at this down here. Got distracted for a bit, but look at that. That's cute. So this is once again a castle that is from the 12th century. And first of all, it served as a, as a defense castle because of its, obviously very good location up the hill, and later on became a prison. It also never has been destroyed in any way, but it's, just a few things have always been replaced and added in different styles. So it's a mixture of a whole lot of different things. As you can see, we're already greeted by a very fancy hotel restaurant thing. Since I actually completely forgot to tell you that in the original video, Loket means elbow and describes the bow that the river makes all around the city. That being said, let's continue. We're now taking a little bit of a side street in order to reach the castle on this hill. Let me tell you, there's a lot of people. Whole lot of people, whole families. Nice trip for the whole family. And here I am, alone again. Have a little bit of construction site here and big construction site over there, renovating the castle. Church here, already on a different level than the rest of the city. This is what you see when you go all the way up there, and the rest is behind a paywall. There's a whole lot of people here, so I don't know, we'll probably have a little bit of trouble getting our stuff here, our shots. So for now, I guess we're gonna go back down and take a look at the rest of the city. There's a little street that goes down that I just found when I was walking on the main road. And let's see, because the city center is still on the middle level, and there's another level when you go further down of buildings. The one that we saw from the bridge. There you go. Now we're on the lowest possible level before you reach the river. Still goes further down here, but I'm pretty sure we're soon gonna see the bridge. This is crazy. Some people live here. We're now at the bottom level of this walk, and there is the river. Okay, yeah, I do see the bridge. However, it's also a construction site, so not really the best site for now. That's a cool house. I think we might have even seen that building from up there, from the bridge. And here, all the way there, is the castle. On this other level, where this yellow house is, that was the first house that we saw when we entered the city center from that bridge. And well, yeah, just so that you've seen it, this is the bridge as of right now. Huge construction site, but it's probably a good thing, because in fact, this bridge is the main bridge to enter that city. There's only one smaller bridge on kind of the other side. And yeah, otherwise you would not be able to enter the city and would totally miss out on that. Look at that. They have a little stage here. A stage where they maybe have some theater or concerts. in summer. I mean, with this background, the whole scene is going to be amazing, let's be real. So I guess with that, we've already seen quite much of that city. However, if you're here on the ground, you know, you don't really get a perspective of this locket, of this elbow, of this river going all around. So there is another spot where you're able to really see this bow all around the city. Very much walkable, so I'll show you where that one is. Now we're on the other side of the river, and I hope that this is the correct path to get to the destination I want to get to. If not, well, then this is going to be a little bit of a longer workout. I mean, I was kind of hoping that this is a walkable way up. It is a way up, but it's not really walkable. So maybe we're actually better off by getting back to our bridge, go up again, and just walk along that road, because there is a walkway, as I now saw from below here. I saw some people walking, I wasn't sure. So, yeah. Fine. I stand corrected once again. Well, it is some kind of path, definitely, but not really a nice pedestrian path here. Honestly, good enough of a pedestrian path for me. Look at that. This is accessible, has a gravestone and a bench. So you were somehow supposed to walk here. There you go. Frisch, fromm, fröhlich, frei. Those are German words, and maybe the translation to it. Svobodny for frei. So it's similar in Russian, so yes, that's gotta be the translation. And this place has a very nice view on this city right here. That was a short but nice adventure, and now we go up the hill to a point where you can see this whole bow that the river makes. It's the locket of the locket, so to say. The elbow of the elbow. As you can see, this is the city, this is the bridge where we've been. There's the river all around it, and we're going to this spot right here. There's more of those altan. Like here's another one, for example. Yeah, that's kind of it. Okay, there's two of them. All right, there you go. We can make a channel jingle right here. Doesn't sound too bad, huh? In this direction here, there's some more that you can see and learn on this path through the forest. Probably also quite a fun park if you have the time for it. There you go. Like the thing itself is nothing special, just a bench with a lock and this little pavilion. But the view that you can get from here is very, very nice. There you go, a little bit of a drone feeling, but from your own human eyes. And there you have it. There it is. The river going all around that city. Going all around Loket. And as you can see, there is no other bridge in sight, at least on this side. There's got to be one like somewhere further there. The parts that we haven't seen. But yeah, an absolutely amazing scenic view on Loket for absolutely free. I don't think there's any better way to end this video than with this view. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you now got a better feeling for what Czech cities look like. If you're like me and only knew Prague before, this might have been eye-opening for you as well. That being said, thank you so much for watching, and let's get out of here.